Imagine hiking for days through dense jungle in Colombia, crossing rushing rivers, climbing steep stone steps, and pushing through thick mist, all to reach a city the world forgot for centuries. No roads, no signs, just the feeling that you are walking back in time. Hidden deep within the Sierra Nevada mountains lies a place older than Machu Picchu, a place swallowed by the jungle and protected by silence. This is La Ciudad Perdida, the Lost City of Colombia. Long before modern maps marked its location, this ancient settlement thrived high in the mountains of northern Colombia, built by an advanced civilization that understood the land in ways we are only beginning to comprehend. Stone terraces cascade down the slopes like giant steps carved into the earth, perfectly engineered to prevent erosion and control water flow in this tropical environment. Circular plazas, pathways, and stairways connect the structures, forming a complex urban design that blends seamlessly with the surrounding rainforest. This was not just a village, it was a thriving city, alive with culture, trade, and spiritual life in the heart of Colombia's jungle. The journey to reach Colombia's Lost City is part of what makes it so extraordinary. There are no roads leading to it. Visitors must trek for several days through humid jungle terrain, crossing rivers that swell with rain and navigating trails that wind through dense vegetation. The air is thick, alive with the sounds of insects, birds, and distant waterfalls. Each step forward feels like a step deeper into Colombia's past, as if the modern world is slowly fading behind you. As you climb higher into the Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta, the jungle begins to change. Massive trees give way to mist-covered slopes, and the sound of rushing water echoes through the valleys. Then, after hours of ascent, the first stone steps appear, hundreds of them rising steeply through the foliage. These steps are not random. They are part of an ancient network of paths that once connected indigenous communities across this region of Colombia. They are worn smooth by time, a reminder of the countless feet that climbed them centuries ago. At the summit, the Lost City reveals itself gradually. There are no towering walls or dramatic gates. Instead, the city emerges in harmony with the landscape of Colombia's mountains. Circular terraces carved into the mountainside form the foundations of homes and gathering spaces. Stone rings outline where structures once stood, their wooden walls long since reclaimed by the jungle. Moss covers the stones, and vines creep between them, as if the rainforest is slowly reclaiming what was once hers. Archaeologists believe this city was built more than 1,000 years ago by the Tayrona civilization, an indigenous culture that flourished in what is now Colombia. It served as a political, economic, and spiritual center, connecting communities across the region through trade and shared traditions. The terraces were not only homes, but also agricultural platforms, carefully designed to cultivate crops on steep slopes. Water channels directed rainfall, preventing flooding and ensuring a stable food supply in the tropical climate. Every element of the city reflects a deep understanding of sustainability and environmental balance, knowledge rooted in Colombia's diverse ecosystems. Yet despite its sophistication, the city was abandoned. When foreign explorers arrived in the region centuries later, they found no trace of its inhabitants. The reasons remain uncertain. Some historians believe diseases introduced during the colonial era devastated local populations in Colombia. Others suggest conflict, forced displacement, or environmental pressures may have driven the people away. What is certain is that the jungle moved in, slowly concealing the city beneath layers of vegetation and silence. For hundreds of years, the Lost City remained hidden from the outside world. Indigenous communities in Colombia, including the Kogi, Wiwa, Arhuaco, and Canquamo peoples, knew of its existence and considered it sacred. They protected its location, preserving its spiritual significance. To them, this is not a ruin, but a living ancestral site, a place of balance between humanity and nature in the Colombian mountains. It was not until the 1970s that the site became widely known beyond Colombia, after treasure hunters stumbled upon it while searching for artifacts. Their discovery brought attention to the Lost City, but also caused damage through looting. Eventually, the Colombian government and archaeologists intervened to protect and preserve the site, recognizing its immense cultural and historical value. Today, La Ciudad Perdida stands as one of Colombia's most important archaeological treasures. Walking through the terraces today is a humbling experience. There are no grand monuments or golden treasures, only stone, earth, and the echoes of a once thriving civilization in Colombia's rainforest. The silence is profound, broken only by wind through the trees and the distant calls of birds. It is a place that invites reflection, reminding visitors that great societies can rise, flourish, and fade, leaving only traces for future generations to uncover. Beyond the stones and terraces, the Lost City is also a window into the spiritual life of the Tayrona civilization. Ritual spaces, shrines, and sacred platforms hint at ceremonies that once united communities, connecting people with the land, the sun, and the stars. Walking these paths, it's easy to imagine the daily rhythms of life, the chants, the gatherings, the reverence for nature that guided their every decision. Each stone seems to carry the memory of those who lived here, a silent testament to a culture that respected the delicate balance between people and environment. The surrounding jungle itself is an essential part of the city's story. Its biodiversity, from towering trees to hidden orchids and birds that fill the canopy with song, reflects the ecosystem that supported the Tayrona for centuries. The mountains, rivers, and misty valleys were not obstacles but lifelines, providing food, water, and materials while shaping the city's architecture and layout. Observing this harmony, visitors can sense how deeply intertwined the Lost City was with its environment, a lesson in sustainability and coexistence that still resonates today. The Lost City challenges our understanding of history. It reveals that advanced urban planning and sustainable living were achieved long before modern technology reached Colombia's shores. Its builders worked with the land rather than against it, creating a city that endured for centuries without disrupting the delicate balance of the surrounding ecosystem. In an era defined by rapid development and environmental strain, this ancient settlement offers lessons that feel more relevant than ever. But beyond its historical importance, Colombia's Lost City captivates the imagination. It represents mystery, resilience, and the enduring power of nature. The jungle that once concealed it now protects it, limiting access and preserving its fragile structures. Reaching it requires effort, patience, and respect, qualities that transform the journey into something more than tourism. It becomes a pilgrimage into Colombia's ancestral past. Standing on one of the terraces, surrounded by mist and mountains, you begin to understand why this place remained hidden for so long. The world beyond the jungle feels distant, almost unreal. Time seems to slow, and the boundaries between past and present blur. You are no longer just a visitor. You are a witness to history, standing where countless lives once unfolded. But perhaps the most striking part of the Lost City is what you feel when leaving. As you descend through the jungle and hear modern life slowly return, you realize the journey has changed you. The Lost City isn't just a place to visit. It teaches patience, observation, and reconnecting with nature's rhythms. Some cities vanish beneath the jungle, but others remain in our memory, guiding us back to what truly matters. In conclusion, La Ciudad Perdida is more than an archaeological site. It is a testament to human ingenuity, cultural resilience, and the power of nature to both conceal and protect. It reminds us that the greatest wonders are not always the most famous, and that some stories remain hidden, waiting for those willing to seek them out. Would you undertake the journey through Colombia's jungle and mountains to stand in a city forgotten by time? If this adventure inspired you, share your thoughts below and join us as we continue exploring the world's most extraordinary hidden places.